Welcome back to Natural Gas World's weekly overview of the news in the global gas industry with me, Joseph Murphy. New Fortress Energy made headlines this week, announcing a $5 billion acquisition of 2 units of Bermuda-registered LNG shipping group Golar LNG, consolidating and expanding its position along the LNG supply chain. The company is buying 100% of Hygo, a joint venture between Golar LNG and US investment firm Stonepeak Infrastructure Partners, for $3.1 billion in cash and shares. Hygo was set up in 2016 to develop LNG-based transportation and power infrastructure. It controls a floating storage and regasification unit in Brazil and a stake in a 1.5 gigawatt power plant that receives its gas. It has plans for 2 other similar-sized projects in the country. New Fortress is paying a further $1.9 billion in cash for Golar LNG Partners, the operator of 6 floating storage and regas units and 4 LNG carriers. The expansion in the fast-growing Brazilian gas-to-power sector is the main focus of these deals, due to close sometime before the end of June. But they will also provide New Fortress with a large-scale fleet to support its various terminal activities. Moving to the East Med, Energean has taken a final investment decision on the Karish North gas project off Israel, less than 2 years after discovering the field. Karish North is due online in late 2023 and will flow 3 billion cubic meters per year of gas, complementing supply from Energean's Karish and Tanin deposits, due to commence in the 4th quarter of this year. Supplies from all 3 fields will be routed through the Energean Power floating production, storage and offloading vessel, which the company is expanding to handle 8 BCM per year of gas. Energean has also obtained a 18-month $700 million loan facility to fast-track Karish North's development. The loan will also fund a deal to buy private equity partner Kerigen's minority interests in the Israeli fields and expand Energean Power, and pay for a 5-well exploration campaign due to kick off in 2022. Moving to Africa, a floating regas unit has arrived at the Ghana port of Tema, where it will be used to supply gas to local industry. Tema LNG, Ghana's first liquefaction project, will take up to 1.7 million tons per year of the supercooled gas, enabling local power plants and industry to switch to gas from costlier and dirtier liquid fuels. Its developer is Access LNG, a partnership between Africa-focused fund Helios Investment Partners and LNG infrastructure developer Gasfin. Its gas will be supplied by Shell under a long-term contract. Ghana started developing its gas market over a decade ago by importing pipeline gas from Nigeria, but these supplies have often proved unreliable, with suppliers often failing to meet contractual levels. The country has made a number of attempts to advance LNG import projects over the years, but many failed because of difficulties with contract enforcement. Tema LNG is the only one to get off the ground so far and could serve as a blueprint for future projects. Total has enjoyed another boon off Suriname, reporting its 4th discovery in less than a year. The significant find was made at Block 58 by the Keskesi East 1 well, which encountered a 63-meter net hydrocarbon pay. Total is partnered at the project with US-based Apache. Emboldened by their success, the pair are preparing to launch a new drilling campaign at the offshore block this year. Russian oil giant Rosneft also reported a major gas find this week, some 75 billion cubic meters in size. The discovery was made in the far eastern Yakutia region by Rosneft and its partners BP and an Indian consortium. Development options are unclear, however, given limited local demand for gas and the fact that only Gazprom is allowed to use the Power of Siberia pipeline to channel Russia's eastern gas to China. Lastly, services group TechnipFMC has announced that a plan to split itself into 2 independent companies is now back on track, the process having been halted in March last year because of market volatility. Technip Energies is due to handle engineering and construction, while the TechnipFMC name will hang on to integrated technology and services. This has been Natural Gas World's weekly overview of the news in the global gas industry with me, Joseph Murphy. Thank you, and see you next time.